right. Awesome. Okay, so for those of you who are looking at this, I know, Brenda, you may be on the phone, but the replay, you'll be able to see the screen as well. So my what I want to do today is talk about 5 strategies to help ensure that you reach your goals. And what we're going to do is talk about that. So let me start by saying, oops, I'm going the wrong way, guys, sorry. Okay. So for those of you who showed up today, I know a lot of us, we set goals at the beginning of this year. And some of the reasons you might have not reached those goals is maybe you are working on the same thing over and over again. You know, maybe you're frustrated with trying to lose the same weight over and over. Or, you know, there's just too much to do in your day and you feel like there's no time to do it. So my goal in this workshop today is to help you with some strategies on how you can achieve the goals that you have set. So before we begin, I do want your commitment on something. I know that, you know, we all get very distracted with things. We may be multitasking, but what I would love for you to do is take notes, and at the end, I'll have some time if you have questions. So fully participate, ask questions, and then we can, I can help you there. So I would love to hear questions and also take some notes so that you can get the best out of this. Okay. So I want to ask you guys a question, and this is a hypothetical question, but how many of you have tried setting a weight loss goal or any kind of goal before, and were you able to reach that goal? So think about that, and you know, afterwards we'll have a little chat about that. And I'm sure if you have, what I want to tell you is that you're not alone, and I'm going to share some statistics on that. So 25% of people abandon their New Year's resolutions after just 1 week. 60% abandon them within 6 months, and the average person makes the same resolution 10 separate times without success. And I cannot tell you how common it is for people to decide on things that they truly want to accomplish in life, but you set that goal and then you get frustrated and discouraged. And that's what we want to get past in this workshop, or this session. Also, another statistic is only 5% of people who lose weight on a diet keep it off. 95% regain it, with many gaining more than they originally lost. And what really shocks me is when I read some statistics that after a traumatic life event like a heart attack, only 14% of patients make any lasting changes around their eating or exercise. So you would think that having something as serious as a heart attack would motivate you to make lasting changes, but it's tragic that it isn't. And it's why I'm here today to help show you what you need to do to make your goals stick so that you can make an impactful and lasting changes in your life. So you are in the right place if you have been setting the same resolutions over and over again, which I know I have in the past. You're in the right place if you've started working towards your goal, full steam ahead, only to find that your progress has started or has stopped once life throws something at you. And I know I've been there as well. And you're in the right place if you're tired of trying to lose the same pounds over and over. So at the end of this, I am going to post in the group, and this is what it looks like. It's a goal setting worksheet. And basically it's something for you to use. You put what your goal is, when you're gonna start working towards it, what your target date to reach it is, the benefits of reaching that goals, and then also put in potential obstacles that might come up that you could think of, and then also how you think you could help divert those obstacles if they come up. And even list how you're going to reward yourself for reaching that goal. So this slide, I had included this just in case someone was on the call who doesn't know me, but I think all of you know who I am, so I don't really need to go into introduction. All right, so let's talk about what we're gonna learn here. So today we're gonna learn one simple strategy that will help you make your goals stick, and how to quit-proof your goals to ensure that you can finally achieve them. So I wanna make sure that those goals that you set, you're actually going to achieve them. And this is something that's really difficult, but we're gonna make sure you know the goal setting principles that help you to stop procrastinating and start taking real action, and what steps you need to take to start accomplishing those things that matter most to you. All right, so we're also gonna help you clarify how you can just make those changes in your life. So whether you think you can or you can't, you know, one of the things that I always stress is mindset. You know, your mindset is going to be the key here. And this is a question for the group. I know we all know that, so for those of you who are on the call, the slide says how many people believe in the power of written goals. Writing them down is such a powerful thing. So how many of you have actually written your goals down? You know, that's something that we know, we hear that you need to do, but you really should be writing down your goals. People that write down their goals and set goals are happier, they live longer, and this is research. This is from research. This is not something that I'm just saying. They make more money as well. So strategy 1, let's just get right into that. It's keep your goals few in number. So a lot of times we try to set too many goals and we overwhelm ourselves. Keep your goals few in number. 7 to 10 goals is what is recommended. And this goes along with what psychologists say, that you cannot focus on more than 7 to 10 things at any one time. And this should also be balanced throughout your life. So you should be setting work goals, you should be setting personal goals, and you should also be setting self-care goals. Strategy 2 is make your goals smarter. Now, many of you have probably heard of the term SMART goals. Well, we're going to take it a step further in setting smarter goals. And I got this from a book, and I loved it so much. So I feel that it really helps you dial into your goals a bit better. So what does that acronym mean, SMART? So the first letter S means they should be specific. So an example of a non-specific goal would be, I want to lose weight. Making it more specific, I want to lose 10 pounds of fat. So when you're writing down those goals, make sure that they're specific. 90% of people, when they're setting the goals, they say something like, I want to lose weight, but it's not specific enough. So saying something like, I want to lose 10 pounds of fat, that's much more specific, and that is much more on the way of being a good goal. They should also be measurable, and that's that second letter. The M is for measurable. So an example of a non-measurable goal is, I want to make more money this year. Okay, so what are you doing? So how you can make that a measurable goal is breaking it down a bit further. Saying something like, I want to make $5,000 more this year than I did last. Specific and measurable is a great combination, because you know when you're going to reach that amount, you know what I mean? So you can actually measure the success of whether or not you achieve that goal. Another example would be, I want to reduce my body fat percentage by a certain number by the end of this year. So to make it not financial related, but health related. Actionable. So the A is actionable, and the example of a non-actionable goal would be, I want to be more consistent with working out. Okay, but what are you going to do to be more consistent? Breaking a more actionable goal would be, I want to work out 3 times per week. So when a goal is actionable, you're not saying things like, I want. You are making it more action verb, like I quit, I'm gonna finish, I'm going to eliminate. So changing that I want to something more actionable, that is a lot easier to measure and to achieve. Realistic is that next letter, the R. Now this is where you have to be careful, because when I say realistic, I'm not saying that it should be within your comfort zone, because goals should be a little out of your comfort zone, right? But they shouldn't be in what they call your delusional zone. So you've got 3 different zones. You've got your comfort zone, your discomfort zone, and then your delusional zone. Now, for me, a non-realistic goal would be, I want to compete as an Olympic swimmer, because I don't know how to swim. So a more realistic goal would be, I want to learn to swim this year. So just make sure that it's something that is out of your comfort zone, but it's also realistic. You want to push yourself, but you don't want a goal that you really would not be able to achieve. Time bound is the last letter of that SMART, and then we're going to go into the ER. But time bound, so an example of a non-time bound goal would be, I want to lose 20 pounds. Okay, but when you need to add a deadline to that. So saying I want to lose 20 pounds, it's more of an aspiration, right? It's more of a wish. To make it a goal, you are giving it a deadline. So what is the deadline? Deadlines are really powerful, because it makes sure it gives you that time bound action, because you could get midway through the year and realize you didn't reach any of your goals. And then you're panicked or you just completely blow them off. So if you have a time deadline, then it gives you that structure. Exciting. Make sure that your goals are exciting. So when we're talking about the smarter, the E is exciting. Make your goal something that means something to you personally. It's not something that someone else wants you to do, right? You should have some excitement around your goals. Make it something that really you're compelled to do, you're excited to do. And then that last R is relevant. Your goals have to be relevant to where you are in life. So for me, I know that I cannot spend an hour in the gym 5 to 6 times a week because I work full time. I have 2 kids. So it's not relevant to where I am in my life. And so do not compare for example, your friend who may be single, living alone, spending an hour in the gym every day may be something that's relevant to her in her life of where she is right now. So you really need to take a step back, let yourself off the hook and be honest with what is relevant to your season in life. Sometimes we have this idealistic way of thinking that, you know what, we want to set this goal, but you really have to be realistic and be honest with yourself and know what is relevant to where you are in your life, and so that you don't set yourself up for failure. All right, so strategy 3 is write down your goals. Few people do this, but there is incredible power in writing down your goal. It's almost like you're taking the first step in your intention towards bringing that goal into reality. When you write those goals down, it's like you're telling your subconscious mind to make things happen. And I like this quote, simply writing your goals down increases the likelihood of achieving that goal by 42%. It's like your brain says, if you don't have enough effort to write these down, we're not going to take them seriously. So there was some research done by a doctor, and she studied a group of those who did write their goals down and a group that didn't. And those that did write their goals down, she found that if you just write your goals down and do nothing else, it increases the likelihood of achieving that goal by 42%. So why wouldn't you write them down? Ladies, let's write those goals down. And some people think that it's important to write them out with pen and paper. Some put it on a computer. But there is some research that shows that there is more value in going old school and physically writing them down. So I actually got myself a planner, and my goal is to write my goals down this year. And I've been doing that every year, and I really do see the difference. Strategy 4 is review your goals frequently. This by far is the number one reason that most people don't achieve their goals. And I'm completely guilty of this. I've done it in the past. By not looking at them frequently, you forget the importance of the goals that you set. And you get so caught up in life, you lose focus, and everything else grabs your attention and pulls you astray. So make sure you are reviewing those goals frequently. And keep them in a convenient place to be able to read them often. A question I often ask people is, when was the last time you reviewed your goals? Are you reviewing them frequently? I recommend that at least for the first few months after you set your goals that you review them daily. And then, at the end of the week, you can look back and say, what actions did I take this week to make progress to that goal? Strategy 5, share them selectively. So sharing your goals really has a powerful effect as well. What happens in your brain is that your brain thinks it has already accomplished their goal according to research. In other words, you get the same psychological satisfaction as if you had actually accomplished the goal when you share it with others. So share it with people who you know will support you. For example, share it in the group. Share it with those that will hold you accountable. So those are the 5 strategies. As nothing mind-blowing, nothing earth-shattering. The first one, let's recap, was don't set too many goals, no more than 10. The second is make them smarter, specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, timely, exciting, and relevant. Third, write them down. Fourth, review them frequently. And fifth, share them selectively. So how do we apply what we've learned today? Why should we set goals? Why is it so important? And why should we do this now? One thing to consider is that it takes less time than you think. It also pays huge dividends for such a small investment. Navigating life without goals is like piloting a ship without a rudder. How do you get through life? How do you know where you're going, or without a GPS? So many people end up at the destinations they choose because they just drifted, but most of us had a plan, right? So really, you want to make sure that you have a plan, and setting those goals is really how you're going to get to accomplishing them. You have to set them, and this is where it starts. Also, you know what? You can make it a family affair. Get everyone involved. Uh-oh. I'm getting a message that this will end in 10 minutes, so let me start talking quickly. So make it a family affair, get everyone involved in this. So, you know what, have your kids set some goals as well. Get them talking about goals. The more you get into the habit of setting, reviewing goals, and making progress to them, it not only benefits you, but it also has an effect on the family. So it's something that you could all do. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing here. And I'm going to unmute everyone. All right, ladies. So any questions? What my goal is for this challenge is that I want all of you to set some goals, write them down, and we help hold each other accountable. Because as you can see, it's really, really powerful. Tomorrow, the first challenge for this group will be to do a vision board. I don't know how many of you have ever done a vision board. I've been doing one for the past few years, and it's probably one of the most powerful things for me. What I do with that vision board is I make it a screensaver on my computer, and I'm constantly reminded of the things that I want to accomplish. So our first challenge in this group is going to be doing a vision board for this week. So I'd love to see what you ladies put on your vision board, but I think having a vision board is such a powerful thing. Again, a lot of the things that I've accomplished over the past few years, I attribute to having a vision board. So I'd love to see you guys benefit from it as well. So for the challenge, every day, so for Mondays I'll post the challenge of the week. Tuesdays, we'll just have some engagement in the group. Wednesday, I'll post recipes. So every day there'll be like a little theme. And then again, what I want you to do is start thinking about at least one habit that you want to work on for the next 21 days. And then we're gonna keep checking in on each other and how we're doing on that. The goal of this is not to overwhelm you with too many things at once, because we know how that can get. Ladies, have any questions, comments? No? All right.
I know. Hi.
Oh, hi, Brenda.
I know for me, I've written goals down in the past, and I get all gung ho, and I'm like, I'm going to do it. And then what I don't do is review them frequently. And I think you have a point there where if you look at them frequently, you're reminded of it. So something subconsciously happens to you. Before you go to bed, you look at your goals and you're like, okay, what did I not do today towards those goals? Okay.
Right.
So I think for me, I'm definitely going to write them down. Like you said, I'm going to get, a book and do the old school style. And I like the old school style, even though I have written them down on my phone. I don't go back into my memo app and look at it. I think having a book right next to my bed on my nightstand will help me out. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna do it old school style and review them, like you said. I think that would be a good idea for me.
Yeah, that's I'm good to hear, because I found for myself, when I didn't review them frequently, you lose sight of them. So going back to them frequently really, really does help. So however you do that, if it's, keeping it by your bed, as you mentioned, even, you're going to have a lot other goals, work goals, financial goals. But for the group, you could even have it as something that you're posting, and then at the end of the week, I'll do a check-in on how you guys are doing on what goal you set that week for the challenge, and then that could be a way of reviewing as well. So we could support each other. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you, ladies. If there's no other questions or comments, I look forward to this journey with you guys. And again, tomorrow we get started and start thinking about those goals. And then one thing that you want to share with the group that you would like to be held accountable on. All right.
Okay.
I have a question.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, can we do more of these video chats?
Oh, yes. What I can do is I will poll the group. I know we have some people who this might interrupt with their conflict with church. So we can find out what is a good time to have a weekly chat. And we could do it on, a Sunday, maybe a Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, or whatever. Yeah, I would love to do this because I think this is also valuable as well. So yes.
And I'm excited. Welcome everybody. Hello. I finally get to hear and see everybody. I'm excited for all of us.
Yay.
Yes, me too.
All right.
Yes, yes, yes. Great. This was very helpful, Barbara.
Thank
Very
you.
helpful.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Well,
All
you
right.
guys enjoy the rest of your day. Brenda, hope you feel better.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
All
Talk to you
right.
guys. See you guys on Facebook. All right, bye.
All right.
Bye.
See ya. Everybody have a good day.
Okay. Okay, you too. Bye-bye.